Hello and welcome back to Tiagi. I'm Christopher and this is a roller coaster review. This time we are at Liseberg in Gothenburg, Sweden and reviewing their latest edition, Valkyria. Valkyria was announced back in September 2016 as part of the Myths and Legends development of the park. Liseberg announced the closure of their launched roller coaster Kanonen, retheming of the area around Boulder, adding of new restaurants and games, the addition of an Intamin Gyro Swing named Loke, and finally a brand new roller coaster that was going to be called Valkyria. The new area is themed to Norse mythology, and a Valkyrie is a winged creature that came down to Earth to bring up fallen warriors to the afterlife, or Valhalla. Let's dive into the facts and what Valkyria is. Valkyria is a dive coaster manufactured by the Swiss company B&M, or Bolliger Mabillard. The length of Valkyria is 750 meters, making it the longest dive coaster in Europe. The height of Valkyria is 47 meters. But the next fact is even more interesting because the drop is 50 meters. That means that Valkyria goes underground. Liseberg and B&M decided to go with a little bit of a bold idea here because Gothenburg is known for its mud and that means it is hard to build tunnels. Liseberg decided that that's a very cool feature of Valkyria. We agree, it was a really good thing. But this turned out to be a real pain for Liseberg and B&M. They had to delay the opening of Valkyria with several months. It was set to open by the end of April or beginning of May by the summer season of 2018. But they were set back all the way to mid-August. Actually, the 10th of August was the official opening date of Valkyria. Okay, back to the facts. The top speed of Valkyria is 105 kilometers per hour. Riders. There is 3 trains with 18 riders per train. 3 rows with 6 across. The capacity of Valkyria is around 1100 people per hour. At 10th of August 2018, it was finally time for Valkyria to open its gates. Of course, we were there on the opening day to try this super good looking dive coaster. Our experience with dive coasters is not that big. We have only been on one before, and that is Sheikra at Busch Gardens in USA. For me, Sheikra is a really good roller coaster, so for me the anticipation on Valkyria was even bigger, I would say. The experience of Valkyria starts even before entering the queue line. A couple of years ago, Liseberg decided to go in a new direction, which means more theming in the queue lines and also on the rides. This started back with Mechanica and Helix, and then went on to Boulder, Loke, and now Valkyria. Again, Liseberg has done a really good job with Valkyria because the theming, the station house, the queue lines, everything looks very, very good, and the whole area, the Myth and Legends area, looks great, and I think that this is the way for Liseberg to go in the future. Valkyria is a very well themed ride, and we really hope that Liseberg keeps on going with this in the future. Maybe a heavily themed water ride could be something. So how's the ride then? You start your journey by boarding the trains in 3 rows, 6 across. When the gates open, you start to climb the 45-degree chain lift hill until you reach the top height of 47 meters. When you reach the top, you will make a 90-degree turn and face a super pretty view of the park. Valkyria will then slowly propel you forward until you face straight down. It will hold you here for a second or two before it drops you with full speed towards the ground. At 105 kilometers per hour, you will speed through the tunnel before you reach the first inversion, which is a Immelmann. Down again to the ground across a river before hitting a right overbank turn, entering a 0G roll over its own tracks. An upwards right helix before hitting the airtime hill. Entering a hardline roll, which is the last inversion of the ride, before doing a sharp right turn and hitting the final brake run. But again, dive coasters aren't that long, and with 750 meters, Valkyria is the longest dive coaster in Europe. So, what do we think about this roller coaster? This is what I said to Andreas Andersen, the CEO of Liseberg, when I had a little chat with him after my first ride in Valkyria. The only thing that I can compare with is Sheikra at Busch Gardens. Sheikra really shocked me at first with the speed and force it reaches. But Valkyria shocked me even more. The force when the trains drop over the first hill is so powerful and it accelerates so fast. When reaching the tunnel, you really feel the speed, and hitting the first inversion, the Immelman, the force is just perfect. This was my initial thoughts after my first and only ride. During that first day of operation, I managed to put in around 12 rides in Valkyria. That gave me the opportunity to try different rows and different seats. When the day was done, I still felt the same. Valkyria is the best dive coaster that I have ridden and will probably be for some time. My favorite row and seat on Valkyria, that would be row 3 in the back and on the left wing. The reason that I chose to sit in the back and on the front is because the force when you drop over the first drop is more forceful in the back than sitting in the front. Also, sitting on one of the wings, left or right, it will give you even better feeling on Valkyria because the trains are floorless, which means that you don't have anything under you. If you sit in the middle, you will have the truck under you. So why the left wing instead of the right wing then? That is because Valkyria almost only have right turns, which means sitting on the left side, you will be on top of the track instead of under the track, which you will be on the right side. If you want a smoother and less scary ride, we would recommend the front for you. Of course, not during the first drop, but you will see more during the layout. The drop is not that forceful. And if you choose to sit in the middle, it will maybe feel a little bit less scary because you have the truck under you. Sitting on the wings, again, there's nothing under your feet because the trains are floorless. Valkyria is a smooth, fast and intense roller coaster that fits Liseberg perfect. Well done, Liseberg and B&M. Are there anything bad or not that good with Valkyria? Of course there is. Sadly, the first one starts even before hitting the station house, and that is lockers. I really don't like lockers. You have to put your belongings inside the lockers before even reaching the stairs. So during the first days of operations, you had to pay for the locker. Liseberg, again, as usual, I have to say, listened to their customers, and the guests said that they did not like to pay for the lockers. So Liseberg removed the pay function for the lockers faster than the launch of Kanonen. We know that the lockers are there for safety, but we still don't like them. The second thing that I'm not a fan of with Valkyria is actually the over-the-shoulder restraints. The restraints themselves I don't have a problem with, they are nice, but they have the vest, and the vest restraint is nothing for me. I understand why they have it, and I understand what they're trying to do, especially when you go over the drop and you can feel the vest moving. But for me, it just feels that I'm locked up. I don't feel that free in the ride as I would like to. For example, Helix is a perfect version for this. There, you are free. In this one, you are not. So if there would be one thing to change with the ride itself, this would be it. There is one more thing that I would like and would have wished for Liseberg and B&M, and that is lighting. I would like to have more lights on the tracks and on the trains themselves. Look at Helix, look at Lisebergsbanan. They look stunning in the dark, and Valkyria with its height would look even better for Liseberg. I don't know, maybe they have a plan for this in the future, but I would like to see more lighting on them. And instead of a sticker in front, the Valkyria sticker, imagine that to be illuminated. That would be so cool. Idea for you, Liseberg, completely royalty free. Except from that, Valkyria is a world-class roller coaster, and B&M keeps the Rolls-Royce stamp for us. That was it for our first ever review here on Tiagi. Please leave your thoughts in the comments, like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and let us know what you want to see next. From all of us to all of you, buckle up and enjoy the ride.